The continuing freezing rain and heavy snowfall have necessitated a winter storm warning in the entire tri-state area. People are advised to stay indoors, as many roadways are already closed, and city officials are not expecting snow crews to keep up with the weather. We're now on the third day of the blizzard. The weather is not expected to clear up anytime soon.
Alright, now I'll go into her office and take her thermos. Boom. I feel like those don't really look like me. Maybe she's a photographer. Wait, what was that? See, there's something about a manuscript. Where did I see that? Oh my god. Aha.
This was a late goodbye. 13 years after I'd gotten my revenge, it had finally caught up with me. It had been a long time to bear the pain. My blood painted the snow red. A gruesome slushy dissolved all the scattered painkillers and leisurely dripped down to the sewer, mingling with the bile of the city, becoming one with it. I can see them now, my wife and my baby. Honey, I'm home.
Wow. Okay.
These look really good.
Oh, sure, until Barry gets his hands on them. Which, by the way, will happen over my dead body.
There's another QR code. We're gonna try it.
Last time was the last time. Oh, and speaking of Barry, he called. Alan! Alan, please check the fuse box.
Oh, you're gonna have to wait till I'm
right
done.
here. I'm on it, honey.
Please hurry.
Hold on. Hold on. I'm trying to get this. I'm trying to see if this QR code actually does anything.
I really don't like this, Alan. Please hurry.
It does not appear to work.
Alan, I really need those lights on.
Okay, I'm gonna need you to calm down, lady. Hold on. It's not coming up with anything.
Alan, please. Check the fuse box. It's in the hallway.
It's in the hallway. Who puts a fuse box in the hallway? Especially like right there.
Much more of this, Alan. Please.
Shut up.
Honey, it's a power outage. I've got the flashlight.
Okay.
Hi.
You okay?
I'm sorry. It just really spooked me.
Don't worry. We'll just break out the candles.
I know it's stupid, but it's just... especially when I'm not prepared for it, you know?
Well, luckily we had 4,000 candles
I love you.
in the house.
Tell me a story, writer.
Okay. I used to have these nightmares when I was a kid. The dark really spooked me, too. When it got really bad, my mom gave me this old light switch. She called it the clicker.
The clicker, huh?
Yeah. If I ever got scared of the dark, I could just flip the switch and a magic light would scare the monsters away.
Oh, sure.
Here it is.
Alan.
Maybe it'll help you, too.
Yeah, nice story, writer boy. You made that up right now, didn't you?
No. Seriously.
I love you, even if you are a liar. Thanks for this.
Alright. Something's going on. I see red, white, and blue. Bright Falls, the present day.
How do you feel, Mr. Wake? Any nausea, disorientation, anything like that? Mr. Wake, how are you feeling?
I'm okay. My head's fine. I had to lie about my headache and memory loss. He'd send me to a hospital for tests. I couldn't leave without Alice.
Very well. I don't think you have a concussion, but you've obviously been through quite a shock. You should take it easy for a couple of days.
Thanks.
Well then, Mr. Wake, we're done here. If the pain gets any worse or you experience any other symptoms, you should come see me. I'll let you get on with it then. Sarah, Sheriff Breaker, is waiting for you. She's very good at her job. I'm sure she can locate your wife in no time.
Yeah. Well, last time I saw her, she was sinking to the bottom of a lake. So, maybe. Maybe not. Have you seen this man? Disappeared on 6/20/07. Identifying features. Knack for winning contests? Is that an identifying feature? I don't feel like that's an identifying feature.
I'll be sure to take care of it, Miss Weaver. Have a nice day now.
Okay, so I get to look at the missing and the missing dude and the missing 3 dudes, but I can't look at the... Nobody cares about the cat, apparently. Missing, Richard Baugh, Bruce Dansky, Jacob Miller. On a camping trip, overdue, haven't been in contact. If you've seen them or know their whereabouts, please call 555-9932. Thank you. No area code. I guess they're locals. That's going to be important later, I'm sure.
Come in, Mr. Wake. Your phone's on the desk. The battery was dead.
Oh, no.
It's charged now.
I don't think that's where I wanted to go. Who is she? Is that the...
Your phone, Mr. Wake?
Is that the sheriff? Hold on. We're going to look at the
Make sure
rest.
you don't forget your phone.
Shut up about my phone. I understand.
Mr. Wake, the sheriff is waiting for you in her office down the corridor.
Down the corridor. Do people
That was
actually say
Cynthia Weaver.
corridor?
I guess you can call her the town eccentric. She used to be the editor of the local newspaper, but she's focused on, other things these days.
She'd fit right in where I come from.
Okay.
As you can see, she's a little obsessed with maintaining the light bulbs of the
Alice
old
was
town,
missing. I
refuses
needed
to
help to
step on
find her.
shadows,
I
and
wasn't ready to
footprints.
leave.
Back in her day, she wrote about all sorts of weird things in the paper. Bright Falls has a colorful history. Of course, what small town hasn't?
By all means, keep talking. I left, but whatever. Where's the manuscript page? There it is.
Alice looked through the viewfinder, lining up the shot. Cauldron Lake was breathtaking. Something caught her eye. A figure standing in the shadows behind the cabin, like a thin woman in a black dress. She lowered the camera and looked again.
Thin woman in a
No one there.
black dress.
Just a collection of bushes that looked vaguely human-shaped. She shook her head and laughed.
All right.
Yeah, it's Mulligan here. I'm at Stucky's gas station with Thornton. There's no sign of him. Over.
Wait. Yeah, this is Thornton. Look, we've located the bracelet. It's here. That's some good news, right? Stucky was supposed to be driving it at the rehearsal today. Over.
Oh, give me that. Mulligan here. Looks like someone really thrashed the garage. Over.
Okay, roger that, guys. Keep looking for Stucky. Jane's out.
Okay, Stucky's dead. I shot him with a shotgun over and over again. Over.
The sheriff wants to see you in her office, Mr. Wake.
Yeah, I know.
Alice was missing. I needed help to find her. I wasn't ready to leave.
Says you. I'm the one controlling you, and I'm ready to leave. All right, fine.
Grab your phone, Mr. Wake. We have a lot to talk about.
Have you started looking for my wife yet?
My men are already on it. Now, can you tell me what happened?
I'm not sure. I can't remember. We were arguing. I walked out of the cabin.
The cabin on Cauldron Lake?
How did you end up at Stucky's gas station?
I wanted to tell her what had happened last night, but I couldn't. She'd locked me up. Excuse me. I need to take this.
What? It says unknown caller.
Hello?
Alice, please help me.
Alice?
Stop talking to the law. You'll do exactly what I say if you ever want to see your wife.
Who is this?
Go to the back lot. There's a hole in the fence on the left. Look inside the junker. I left a little something there to convince you we're all on the same page here. After you ditch the cops, you're gonna meet me in Elderwood National Park. There's a spot called Lover's Peak. Midnight. Don't do nothing stupid, pal. We're watching you.
Mr. Wake, can I help you with anything?
I need to get some air. The sheriff said I could go out back.
Of course, Mr. Wake. You can get there through the silk corridor.
The light's on. The deputies, they don't understand. They won't listen to me.
I wonder why.
In spite of its human mask, to describe the dark presence as intelligent would have implied human qualities on something decidedly inhuman. Nonetheless, it found the one spot in the diner that was dark enough. Some light spilled into the corridor, ravaging it. But it took the pain. Horrible as it was, the writer would soon fix that. He would be coming to the one place where it still had power.
Okay.
Hey!
Alright, shut up. I'll try to fix the lights. How do I do that? Is it back here? Yep. Okay. It's not gonna let me fix the lights, dummy. Can I leave now?
I couldn't go anywhere yet.
Okay.
I had to play along with the caller. Alice's life was at stake.
Please help me, man! I hate this!
The early morning light hurt my eyes and made my head ache. The man on the phone had said, go through the fence on the left.
Actually, he said something about a junker. Oh. Okay, yeah. Get the thermos, though.
Well, folks, it's been another long night, and it's about time for me to sign off. God knows I need my beauty sleep. Just one more item before I go. It's a busy night for the sheriff's department. We had a few broken windows.
Alright, there's supposed to be a hole in this fence? Wow, that was quite the kick. It didn't just fall over, you completely destroyed it.
The kidnapper fired his gun one last time, and the shadow vanished into the darkness it had come from. See? Nothing to it, Wake. The thought of Alice in his hands was revolting. We stood on the wooden platform of Lover's Peak, the waterfall on the mountain behind us, the lights of the radio mast blinking red in the heights above. I fought with the urge to take a swing, force myself to speak. Let's cut the act now. Where's my wife?
All right.
Alice's driver's license had been placed on the front seat. The caller meant business.
Barry? Ow! Ow! Thank God! Where the hell have you been? I've been trying to reach you for a week, you and Alice. I've been worried sick. I flew out yesterday. I'm here in Bright Falls.
Barry, listen to me. I'm at the sheriff's station. Come and get me. I can't talk now.
Ow! What the hell is going on?
I had to get the sheriff to let me go. I needed to get to Elderwood National Park to meet Alice's kidnappers.
Elderwood National Park, alright. Is he dead?
A writer is a light that reveals the world of his story from darkness, shapes it from nothingness. The way a sculptor carves a statue from a block of granite. If I stop, the world I'm making dies. Darkness will reclaim it.
It was so much easier than what I was trying to do.
Hard journey into the dark.
Too late, he's already dead.
At stake, but I can't think about that, or I'll lose it. The dread lingers at the edge of perception. I'll push on.
I wonder what would have happened if I would have helped him when he asked for it. Instead of looking at the simple light switch on the damn wall,
Marvelous, Sarah.
my dumbass went looking for the breaker panel.
Brothers might have inadvertently caused on their recent regrettable little outing. They are not accountable for their actions, of course. I can assure you that my staff has been...
Are you feeling any better, Mr. Wake?
I'd like to leave. Am I free to go?
Well, we still need to talk about...
Am I under arrest?
No, of course not. but I need to know where you'll be staying so I can get in touch with you.
I'd avoid the motel. The Majestic is known for its roaches. The cabins at Elderwood are pretty nice, though.
That sounds perfect.
I'm Dr. Emil Hartman. I'd like to invite you to stay at Cauldron Lake Lodge.
Did you talk to my wife?
I had the pleasure of discussing your situation with her on several occasions.
Did you set something up with her?
I invited her here. My clinic is a place where...
Oh, hey! Oh my! Take it easy.
Hey, nobody move! Get your hands off of my client!
Who are you?
I'm Barry Wheeler, his agent. If you have business with Mr. Wake, you talk to me. You yokels won't know what hit you once I sick my lawyers on your asses.
No harm done, Sarah. I'm all right. I don't want to press charges. Mr. Wake, my offer still stands.
Get me out of here.
What the hell was that about, Al? We don't need a replay of that thing with the paparazzi. I thought they were gonna lock you up.
He probably doesn't even have lawyers.
I had to talk to someone. I told Barry everything. He thought I was certifiable, but when he heard about the manuscript, I had him. The fact that I'd written something, even if I couldn't remember it, was enough for him. He smelled money. And he believed that Alice had been kidnapped. Anything beyond that was another story. I had a midnight appointment with the kidnapper in a place called Lover's Peak, somewhere in Elderwood National Park. The plan was to rent a cabin.
I don't like it, Al. I don't like any of it. It's not good. In fact, it's the absolute opposite of good.
That would be bad.
Mr. Wake! Barry, you found him.
Hi, Rose.
Oh, wow. I was just thinking about you, too.
Great.
I was just bringing Rusty some coffee. He's on the balcony, looking after Max. Poor thing. I really need to go. Great to see you again, Mr. Wake. Later.
Okay, later, Rose.
Who's Max?
What an airhead.
I don't think I've met Max.
Jeez, Mr. Takes a swing at everybody. This is not her fault. She's a very nice girl and, more importantly, a fan.
Bucktooth Charlie. It's a Colombian mammoth, okay?
Seriously, Al, what you were saying in the car, just listen to yourself. What, you shot a guy and his body just disappeared? When was the last time you slept? What, are you high? Have you been drinking?
No! Look, Barry, I'm missing a week, and someone's got
things.
Alice, and everything's just...
Easy there, boy.
The honk is
I'm
going
almost
on
done.
here.
Hey, Rusty, right? You rent cabins.
Oh, Mr. Wake. I'd shake your hand, but mine are kind of full here. Actually, I'm sorry about this. Would you mind grabbing the registration form from the desk? It's just across from Bucktooth Charlie.
Just across from Bucktooth Charlie.
Understand
All
what it
right.
sounds like when you say stuff like that? Don't get me wrong, it's a good story, could be a bestseller. But when you start confusing fiction with reality, you're buying yourself a ticket to the funny farm.
The Funny Farm? Do people still call it the Funny Farm?
Seriously, Al, you can't just
I
go
kind of
and
think
meet
that
a
people don't call it the
kidnapper.
Funny Farm.
Those situations always end up in disaster. You gotta talk to the cops.
She's my wife, and it's my call. Can we talk about this later?
No, this whole thing, listen, you hit your head. I mean, geez, Al, come on. You gotta understand how crazy all this sounds. If you're trying to pull a joke
Wait here.
on me, freak me out, it's working. Al, let's have a laugh on Barry.
I think this is the form you wanted.
And here are the keys. Okay, you're all set, Mr. Wake. Glad to have you staying here.
Thanks. Can you tell me how to get to Lover's Peak?
Oh, sure. It's at the end of the nature trail. Just follow the paths, you'll get to it eventually.
It's at the
an
end of
easy
the
walk.
nature trail. There's
Nice
only
spot,
one
too.
nature trail in this mountainous region. There's
If you have any
one.
trouble finding it, just keep your eyes on the radio mast. It's right below that.
Oh, and hey,
Okay.
if you take a walk in the woods, watch your steps so you don't end up like Max. I guess I'm a little worried. We got a bunch of campers out there we haven't heard from. It's not
You're
like these
asking
people are
me
on
to
a
believe
schedule.
that you shot a dude who went into thin air, a guy who was bulletproof until you pointed a flashlight at him. You hear that from people who end up...
Whatever, dude. Take it or leave it. That's my story. And I'm sticking to it.
Al? Al? We should go to the sheriff or call the FBI.
Damn it, Barry, they'll kill her. This is not a goddamn debate, Barry. I'm going to Lover's Peak. He said to come alone.
Okay then. I understand. You're my best friend, and I'm worried that you're not right in the head. Tell me what to do to help, and I'll do it.
You stay here, and if I'm not back by morning, call the cavalry.
Achoo! Just be careful with the natives, Al. These yokels are dangerous.
What the hell?
Everybody hates a tourist, or it'll be Deliverance all over again.
Deliverance. Okay, turn the lights off, I guess. That's a responsible thing to do, but I'm not paying the electric bill, so I'll leave them on. Batteries, thermos, and locked door, of course. I don't see anything. Oh, there's another thermos. Wow, 2 thermoses at the same place. What is this, a hot tub? It doesn't have any water in it, though. Like, oh yeah, you can stay at the cabin. If you want to use a hot tub, fill it up your damn self. Some bullshit.
I'll wait here, Al. I'll hold down the fort. I'll be with you in spirit every step of the way, Al.
Barry had never gotten along with Alice, but he knew Alan loved her with an almost frightening intensity. And now something had happened to Alice. And here was Al armed with a gun and saying things people got put in padded cells for. It was as if his friend had experienced a massive psychotic episode and was now totally disconnected from reality. It scared the shit out of Barry.
Okay. So I have a gun. What happened to my shotgun and my flare gun, though? See, that's some shit that's gonna suck. Every time
I knew I should have gone to the cops.
Something
this
happens,
wasn't the smartest thing I'd ever done,
I re-equip
but I was
myself.
still angry with Barry for trying to talk me out of it. These people had called me right in the sheriff's station. The cops wouldn't scare them, and they had Alice.
Okay. What about the shadow dudes, though?
Welcome back to the show, folks. As promised, our very own Dr. Nelson has just parked his rear end in the studio. Doc, what's your Deerfest plan like?
My plan? You make it sound a lot more organized than I ever think.
I'm gonna run up the electricity for every place that I encounter here. I don't give a damn. The light went out. That's not nice. Okay. So the lights don't work, but the TV works.
Punishment. The
cancer and cure of civilization. That Sun-Thurs.
Nice. Manuscript page.
Rose knew that Rusty was in love with her, and she liked him too. She liked him a lot. He taught her to dance, and life had certainly taught her the value of a man who was gentle. He treated her well, made her smile, made her feel good. But Rusty wasn't the prince of her dreams, and that tended to underline the unbearable truth. She was no closer to that Hollywood magic than he was.
Wow. So he's friend-zoned. Because of course he is.
The air in the visitor center was heavy with an awful smell, as if some rotten drowned thing had crawled up from its grave. Rusty kept coughing blood. My eyes were drawn to the twisted shape of his broken leg. The attack had been vicious. Max whined in his cage. Rusty's eyes were wild with fear and terror. He gasped. "Mr. Wake, it happened just the way it was on that page."
Other people are reading my manuscripts.
The vision left me weak. There was no head injury.
Rusty, hang on! I'm coming! Please, help me! Anybody? Help me! Help me!
Somebody's calling for help. I don't know who.
The visitor center was sturdy, but the impact turned the front of the building into splinters. Rusty was thrown across the lobby like a rag doll and hit the far wall hard. It didn't hurt until he tried to move and saw his leg bend the wrong way, felt the broken rib stabbing him on the inside. Rusty howled in pain and fear, suddenly afraid to die alone.
Okay.
Hello?
Back here. I'm back here. Hey, please help me.
Wow, so I've just circled back and I'm back at the stupid
I'm here.
visitor center
I'm
thing.
hurt. I can't move.
Hold on. Sorry, dude. You're gonna have to wait a moment while I continue to investigate the area.
The ranger's office was locked. I'd need a key to get in.
Why, is that window intact? Doesn't look like it. Alright, I can probably get the key from Rusty. Because he's gonna die soon, probably, right? Oh my god, stop pumping the pillar.
Mr. Wake?
Oh, hell.
It happened just the way it was on that page. I found. Came true. It knew. So dark. It'll come back for me. You must. The lights. In the office. I have the key.
Okay, Rusty. Hang on. I'll be right back.
Whatever did this couldn't be far. Rusty had found a page from the manuscript. It would help
Look at
me
his
understand
leg.
what had happened.
His leg is jacked up. And you're just over here whining.
Good boy.
All right. I'm pretty sure turning
The
the lights
only way to
on
make sure
over
that
here
Rusty
isn't
was
gonna work.
safe was to get the power running and the lights back on.
Yeah. You say that now, but there's power lines dangling. You think it's still gonna work?
At the last instant, I changed direction and threw myself down. The axe splintered the trunk of a tree. I stumbled into the pool of bright light. My lungs burned. I was too exhausted to move. I tensed as I waited for the killing blow, but it never came. I raised my head. Nothing moved in the darkness beyond. For the moment, bathed in the cold light, I was safe.
Yeah, that's... I mean, I think we established that that's how it works, right?
I was too late. Someone had destroyed the circuit breaker. There was no way to get the lights back on.
Because of the axe. Right?
Rusty!
The ground was covered with oily patches that looked like liquid darkness.
Back off. Okay, so I can kill the oily patches. How does that benefit me? Was it just the two? So the ground was covered. Two oily patches. What the hell? What the hell is hitting me? Okay.
Something had torn a mammoth-sized hole in the wall.
Please don't feed the animals.
He said, please don't feed the animals.
Fishing is only permitted for those visitors who purchase a park fishing license.
Oh, there it is.
The park ranger's instructions.
I think he's okay now.
Rusty? Rusty, no!
Where'd he go?
Never approach closer than 100 yards. Two bears and wolves never approach any other wildlife closer than 25 yards. Pets must be leashed. Head unattended. Is against the law to remove any natural objects or historical items from the park. This includes even rocks you may find along the river, or even simple berries.
Rusty took a few shots, huh? All right.